My violin cover of Touch You by the Ybc Club has gotten a lot of attention and is now the most popular video on my YouTube channel. With that, a lot of people have been asking these two questions. Can I have the sheet music? How do you play that song? And therefore, here I am today teaching you how to play Touch You by that photography club in one day and on any instrument, not just the violin. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let's get started, shall we? If you watch until the end of the video, I have a huge surprise for you. And yes, it deals with Yari-chin. First off, let me get this straight. I do not support the actions in the anime or the manga or whatever, such as harassment and much more. Apparently, people have been saying that if you like the song or even as little as play the song, you support the anime, when I believe that definitely is not the case. For me, I decided to play the song not only because it was catchy, but because it was requested, and because it was getting popular on TikTok, and because it is a pretty big meme. To give you some examples, it's like saying if I listen to the song WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, I am automatically a freak. If I listen to the song Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People, then I automatically support those types of shootings, in which no one should. No one should. And lastly, if I listen to the song Love Me, Love Me, Love Me, or the Aishite, Aishite, that song by Kikuo, then I am automatically a yandere and or a golden child. There's a lot more examples I can give, but the main thing is, you can't help but like a song if it's catchy. Especially how these songs are always around us nowadays, it's just hard not to listen to them, you know? Sure, if the lyrics are dumb, then they're dumb, but you can't tell me you've completely hated a song before. There's always something to like about it. So in the end, I sincerely apologize, if I offended anyone. But I feel like it is right to say my point of view in the situation as well. I got a lot of comments and hate regarding me playing that song on the violin, so I thought I should talk about it a bit, and I also hope that what I said was not rude or ignorant. Thank you for listening, and on to the tutorial. Like I said, this tutorial is for everyone with any instrument. Go ahead and grab your instrument, whether it's a guitar or a piano or the violin, and let's get started. So this was the method I used for figuring out how to play Touch You on the violin. But not only that song, this is the method I use in order to figure out how to play any song on the violin. The majority of my covers on my channel do not use sheet music, and I use this method. This method is called by ear. Solving a song by ear. So there is no sheet music, all you need is you and your instrument. It's basically it. Being completely honest, the difficulty varies. It can be very easy for some people like me to do. I've been doing it for years, ever since I was like really small. Or it can be kind of hard for some people who haven't really, learned how to do stuff like this. But once you keep on practicing it, it just becomes very easy, don't worry. I'm going to teach you the main 5 parts of this song, and I divided them up in this way. So if I take a look at my computer here, the number 1 would be the repetitive parts, so mostly the chorus verse. The second would be sawarasenai part, so you know that part. The next part would be the main verse part, so the check, testing you part. And number 4 would be the key change, and number 5 would be instrumental fills. Now, let's learn the method. There are 5 key steps in order for me to figure out how to play these songs. And let's begin. The first step would be to listen to the song. So if you got your headphones in handy, you're good. If you don't have headphones and you're just blasting it, still very good. Just the first step, you have to listen to what you want to solve. The second step would be rhythm. So you have to learn the rhythm of what you're trying to solve. In this case, the main singing part of the song. If I had to be honest, I combine this step and the next step together. And that next step would be to sing or hum what you are trying to solve. So I usually go da 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 da, when I tried to figure out the song, and you'll see when we figure it out together. The fourth step would be to figure out some of the notes slowly. So on a violin, we call this step kind of fingering. I know, I understand that this anime and that this wasn't a joke. This is literally what it's called. It is not a joke. So basically, you figure out the fingerings. I believe maybe the same word is used for also the guitar or the piano or the clarinet. So yes, figure out some of the notes. For the violin, it is easy to, kind of pluck to figure out what notes we're going to play. Same thing with the guitar. So you can figure that out as well, how you're going to figure out the notes. And finally, the fifth step is to play. So let's review. The 5 steps in order to figure out a song by ear would be to listen, find the rhythm, sing or hum, figure out some of the notes slowly, and then play. Let's figure out the chorus very slowly together, step by step. So let's see. The first step we have is listen. So here we go. The next step would be to figure out the rhythm of what we are trying to play. So like I said, I combined this second step and the third step, which is singing and humming together. So this is how I kind of figure it out. Okay, I'll do like the rhythm thing first that I usually do in order to figure out a song. Da 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 da. So the next step, so you can either sing along with the track or you can sing it how you just by yourself. So if you know the lyrics, it is very helpful for you. I searched up the lyrics here so I don't butcher them. Here we go. あああああいな言葉はいらないでもなんでだろう全部僕のものにしたい I wanna touch your There you go. Next step, figure out the notes slowly. So let me grab my violin here and we're going to pluck what we just heard. For me, I start on a high third finger. So you have to figure out your starting note. That'd be our starting note there. Figure out the notes. If you want to look at the fingerings, this is very helpful for you too, to my fellow violinists. So it starts on the A string, how I started off, and I do a high 3. And then it repeats, basically. Helpful tip, put the song on YouTube so you can fix the playback speed. If you need it slower, if you just can do it at regular speed, it's good to change the speed you're doing it at so you can play it flawlessly after you're done with all the steps and learn the whole thing. The 5th step is to play. So I'm gonna grab my bow here, I'm gonna fix my hair here, and I'm going to put this wire in front and, ooh, this is hard. Wired headphones are so hard to, okay. We fixed it. We just put it around me. There we go. Okay, we can play. So yes, the 5th step is to play. So I'm going to play on the 75% speed first, like I did with the plucking, and then we can do full speed right afterwards. hopefully you guys understood how to do those parts, and pause the video if you needed to in between to figure it out. At the same time, I helped by zooming in to my fingers if you guys like learning how to play the song that way. Otherwise, please try the method that I gave you. And now we will go on to the next part, which is the sawarasenai part. Yes, we are not doing it in order. We're doing the most repetitive parts first so that, we can instill it in our brain. It's easier to, get in there since it's very repetitive and since we know those parts the most. So now I will be moving faster through the steps. Pause if you need to, and here we go. Rhythm time! Da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's time for singing time. Yep, sing, sing, sing. Okay. 抱き合いたい裸としてちょっと舌入れちゃってもいいかな明日はどうなる林間はやだ Then the actual sawarasenai part, because this happens twice, right? 触らせない君は少女なの僕はやりちんびちのオスだよああ包まれたいな君の粘膜に fallen Just a tip and some homework. Oop, side note, there are some parts that are different than others. Just like that part at the end. The nenmaku ni and the rinkan wa yada. So your homework is to figure out those parts by yourself using the method, the 5-step method I gave you. So you got it, you got it. Figuring out some notes time. Now we play. Did you guys make it? Hopefully you made it. I mean, that's the part you guys know, right? Come on, you guys got this. Don't worry. Like I said, it's different for other people. Some people get it really easily. Some people take, more time doing it. It's okay. Like I said, practice makes it easier. So yeah, we're going on to the next part, which is the verse. So the check, 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 testing you part. And this time I'll go just a little bit slower, probably on the plucking, the fingering part, because this part is, well, it was kind of the most difficult part for me to learn. So yeah, you guys can do it. Don't worry. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Woo! See, it's pretty fast. So I'm like da 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 da. It's so fast. Check, 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 tasting you. 100発100中ホールインワンしゃべれたいしゃべれないってやっちゃっては将来触れてみたい Ooh. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do that one more time because it is pretty difficult. You saw me slipping through the fingerings there because I haven't fingered this one in a long time. I just bow it. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's session. That is the only plucking we're going to do for that one, because if we do it at full speed, it's just gonna be hard to like pluck like each of the notes. So yeah, just go immediately to playing, but play it slow and then you can work up the speed, like I said. Yep. Now I'm going to put it on to normal speed. Oof. Ooh, I jumped into the next part right away. Yes, you did it. You learned the main parts of the song. We got the check, 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 tasting you. We got the sawarasenai. We got the right? We got all of those. Now, if you know all of those parts, then this next part won't be too hard. And that is the key change, because this song has a key change at the end. If you need to, do all those steps again to figure out the key change, because I believe it goes from to So yeah, you can tell there's just by a little bit. I believe it goes up by a half step. So yes, I'm correct, because that's how I figured it out. So let me go through that. If you are learning this on the violin, this is my key trick. In order to keep all of your fingerings the same, so you don't have to like do stuff on different strings or whatever, what I do is my high 3 moves up to where your 4th finger should be. So now your high 3 should be here. I believe now, would you call this 2nd position or 1.5 position? I'm not sure. Just make sure you're starting over here. So that's your starting note. Right? Should be starting there. Because if you do this, all the fingerings will be the same. So here's the original fingering. Let me show you. Original fingering. And then this will be the next fingering. So you go, right? So we start here. And the fingerings are all the same. So yeah, just that'll be easier for you guys that are on the violin or on like a viola, cello, bass, whatever you're learning it on. It's easier. Just shift just a little bit to have your starting note just with the same finger, whatever you call it. So if you guys figured that out, now is for the last step to bring the song all together now. So the last part would be instrumental fills. If you watched my cover on this song, link in the description down below. You should check it out if you haven't yet. Or you guys probably already saw it if you came to this video. So if you guys saw that video, you saw that I was doing stuff when they're saying body, 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 or the hooah, 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 right? So I put in some instrumental fills. Here's an example. You have the main chorus at the beginning, right? And instead of going body, 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 instead of saying it, I tried to do the background. Here's another tip, another side note, another thing you can do for homework. If the rhythm is too fast, you can make it simpler, like I did. If you notice, the background part does not go like this. It does not go like that. I believe it goes something like that, like something like that. So yeah, if it's too hard for you, because I learned this like this a bit, I wanted to get it out as soon as possible. If it's too hard for you, you can make it a little bit simpler. At the same time, adding instrumental fills makes the cover your own. It makes you add a little bit of your own essence to it. At the same time, don't forget to add dynamics if you want to. Just make it a snazzy, how you feel like you want to play it, you know? Make it your own. Join the photography club. Don't join the, but whatever, that's, yeah. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video, to the end of the tutorial, and now you're a beast. You're going beast mode. You're figuring out how to play this song, but not only this song, also your other favorite songs, so good for you. I hope you continue to use my method if you choose to use it, because I find it really efficient and I really like using it. But then again, you do you. But I hope you enjoyed. On my computer here, I wrote down a little bit of your homework, so let me read it. There are some parts of the song that have different rhythms than others, as I mentioned earlier, or different parts. One of those parts being in the second verse before the sawarasenai parts, and another being after the whole sawarasenai parts. Try figuring out those parts by yourself. Practicing makes it easier. I believe in you, you can do it. Okay, so do you remember what I promised earlier? You made it to the end of the video. You get a surprise. So, surprise is I have a Yarichin character song coming out in the summer. Yes ma'am, yes sir, yes, yes, yes. But here's the catch. If this video gets 100 likes by this date right here, like, I think I'm editing it in, yes, I will be doing another cover on another Yarichin character song. So yes, you can bring it to 100 likes if you want. So you guys get to decide by fate. Is it one song she's going to do, or is it two? Songs are just very addicting to listen to, and therefore I ended up figuring them out on the violin. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you remember those 5 steps, and I hope you are able to play the whole entire song now on the instrument that you chose. I made this video more for the violin, but then again, the method is for everyone, any instrument. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed that and learned a lot from that as well. Alright, this is Jermae Cab, or Geraldine, signing off, and thank you so much for the support.